Now we go inside the minds of men. And yes, GMA special contributor Steve Harvey, whose book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, has now spent 35 weeks and counting on the New York Times bestseller list, is here with some advice for the men of America. But first, we went straight to the source to find some, well, brave souls who dared to confess the secrets they would never tell the women in their lives. Call it self-preservation, whether it's getting out of housework or just dodging an uncomfortable situation, like in that Twix commercial.
Do I look fat in these?
You always tell them what they want to hear. How is my hair? They've already chose the hairdo and the clothes, so why even put yourself in a doghouse?
So sometimes some men feel it's better, or at least easier, to lie, pretending to be clueless.
I don't know how to clean the bathroom. I don't clean the, so it's very difficult for me. I have lots of questions. So it might as well just be that maybe if she does it, it probably save everybody time.
And men told us that crying, "I have to work," can get them out of just about anything.
I remember once when my mother-in-law was here, I told her that I couldn't do something because I had to work. And she said, oh yeah, definitely, work comes first. Work is top priority.
Have you been to Florida to visit a mate's family? When you say, I really don't want to go this time, that's like, I think she takes it as an insult.
And one man spoke to us only in shadow.
My wife thinks I'm at work today, so that's why I am disguised.
He tells his wife he's working to hide his deepest, darkest secret.
I happen to be a fantasy football junkie. I might tell her that I'm actually on the computer researching different apartments for clients of mine, when, in fact, I'm probably just looking up some roster changes that I need to make for this coming Sunday.
I feigned a headache here and there, maybe.
Sometimes when I just need a free pass, I would come up with an excuse like that.
Excuse, not a lie, an excuse like that. Joining us now is Steve Harvey. Now, we have women up here. They're going, and you're not even flinching hearing this.
No, I understand exactly what's going on.
And what is going on?
Well, I mean, you know, women actually think that men are afraid of them. But what I want to let women know is men are not afraid of you. We're just afraid of your reaction.
Oh, is that it?
See, we don't want our entire summer ruined and possible upcoming holidays because of something we said when we could have just said something else. And that's what it is. It's the reaction that men are concerned about.
So it's not
mostly.
us, it's the reaction. So the guy that was in shadow, he wasn't scared. I mean, even though he was in shadow and wouldn't show his face, he's not afraid, though.
Well, if you tell your wife you're working, then it's going to have to show up on the check. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
All these overtime hours got to show up in the form of a new dress, a purse, or something. you can't be playing fantasy football with it. He's got to pretty much stay in shadow.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he will.
That's a safe place for him.
Well, we went out on the street to ask some fellas, and you're going to give them a little bit of advice. We have a 24-year-old. It's 24-year-old Gabe, and this is a question we heard a lot, Steve. Take a listen.
When my girlfriend's wearing something I really don't like, it's kind of hard to tell her about it. What do I do? How do I say it? How do I tell her?
A lot of shaking of the heads up here.
Well, first of all, you don't tell her that you don't like something she's wearing, especially if you've already left the house. You can't do that. You got to ride this one out. So what you do is you wait until the next time when she's wearing something that you really, really like. Then you give her these amazing compliments. Oh, that is amazing on you. That is hot. You look, this is what I like. Now, you know, the outfit you had on the other day, that didn't do you any justice.
Ooh.
This is what's really, wow. But that outfit there, that didn't do you
justice.
Yeah.
Would that work, ladies? Would that be something you'd want to hear? Would you?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
She's like over there going,
Look, you all just got on TV. Don't lie. You know that works right there. I mean, it has to work because
it does work.
That's the best way to do it.
All right, let's hear from another guy named Steve. He's married and he's 49 years old. This is Steve.
Steve, when your wife calls you and asks you, you know, Steve, I'm having a nervous breakdown. I'm losing it. What do you do? What do you do?
Okay, this guy has a problem because this is not the first time he's heard this. Here's the deal. when a woman calls you with something like that and is kind of in a panic, first you got to address it. You got to go see what's going on, because something could actually be wrong.
Could be serious.
Yeah, you got to go see it. If my wife would have called me like that, I know right away I got to address it, because that's not her MO. Now, if your wife is calling you every Friday right before happy hour, then this is a diversionary tactic, and then you can just go to happy hour and come back and deal with it later. But mostly, when a woman goes to an extreme like that, she wants your attention. She's trying to get you just to listen. The problem that guys have is, in our DNA, we always try to fix a problem.
Why do you do that? Sometimes we just want to talk. We don't want you to fix anything. We just need to talk.
Right.
Why do y'all feel the need to
we
do that?
got to fix it, because we know we can't let them stack up. See, we got to address this, fix it, solve it, because we know tomorrow here comes some more. So that's why a guy tries to fix it. But what we got to learn to do is, sometimes the woman in our life just wants to talk it out. And you got to become a good listener, because what really may look to be wrong on the surface, it could be different. You just got to spend some time. You actually learn a lot from you. From
it could be a little detective work. Okay, let's hear from Dwayne. He's single, and he's 34 years old. This is Dwayne.
Why is it that you would like to know what we're doing, we tell you, then you have a fit about it, and then it's like, wow, maybe I should not have said anything.
That's the big one right there. See, here's the deal. Women always say, tell me the truth. A guy doesn't understand what she's really saying. When she's asking for the truth, it's been my experience that they're actually asking you for the truth as they see it. They really want your truth to match the truth as they see it.
Is there a problem?
Well, because, see, we don't think alike. So women have to understand that we're on two different planets here. So this guy's, what he's really thinking, and his truth could be the actual truth, but if it doesn't match up to the one you want to hear, we have a problem. So what we end up doing is, what truth does she want to hear? And then that's the one that we try to conjure up and provide. And it's not really that the guy's lying or just a liar. He's just trying to keep peace at the house. He really, really is.
Do you want to hear the truth?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
But then the truth angers them.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, that's true, too.
And then, okay, yeah, it's easy for you to say, well, okay. Well, it ain't your weekend, though. You know, this guy's trying to keep peace.
That's true, because we do say that, but then there are times you're like, tell us what I want to hear.
If there wasn't such a rage behind the truth, we tell it to you all the time.
What fun would that be?
See, but it's just so much venom. So much. Steve,
thank you so much. Ladies, thank you for coming up, and continue with your questions for Steve. He'll give the tips and let us know what you're thinking on our website at abcnews.com. Mr. Harvey, always a pleasure.
Love you, girl.
Back at you.